Hi, and welcome to a new episode on the single player world. Today, we're going into the mid game. We've done all the early game stuff, we've gotten some farms set up, we've gotten some villagers set up, we have got most basic stuff. We even, if I'm gonna be honest, we got some mid game stuff already. We have a slime farm already. Although it's not the best, it is there. But if I talk about mid-game stuff, I'm talking about automating things. I want to automate some farms, some things that we now get by hand. A good example, for instance, is this stuff. It's sugarcane. Although it's fun to punch it with your hand, it's a lot more fun to automate it and just to have it trickle in. There's other stuff like melon and pumpkins and gunpowder and other stuff that we have that we can actually just make a farm for and have it passively generating. So that's what we're going to be doing today. First things first, very simple, we're going to have some houses going up. Outside of this town, which as of now it's actually a town, it's not just a castle or a manor, we have some houses, they are occupied, and they all have protection by the walls. Outside these walls, I want to set up a small farming village. Like, quite literally, farming village. And now that those houses are done, we can tackle farms. There is an idea I have. We have these interiors, and I don't really want to do interiors, so what I'm gonna end up doing is I'll pick one house for one resource. Like this one, for instance, we can have as a melon and pumpkin farm, right? We won't have the farm in the house, but we'll get our stuff right here. So let's say we'll have some double chests right here, and we can just come up here and take melons and pumpkins. We're gonna be placing the farms in the side of this cave. So I'll be digging out a big part of this, and I'll shortly talk to you about what farms that we're gonna be building. The hole has been dug. I've also added in a bit of a false floor right here, because I did want it to be able to look down into the cavern. But of course, if we're building farms out here, we can't have them floating above nothing. I've also marked out where some of the farms or the houses are and where I want items to go up. So that's what all the scaffolding is. The way we'll do this is I will build the farm as I would normally. Then I'll talk about why I picked that farm as one of the first in this world. So let's get on with it and start with the first farm. Okay, so the first farm is done. It's a 2-layer pumpkin and melon farm by, I think, Ilmango. But it's 2 layers deep. I mean, if you want large quantities, you want to make it bigger. But this is a starter or a mid-game farm, so it doesn't have to be 1,000 pumpkins in an hour. But yeah, stuff is starting to trickle in. Nothing, or at least not all of it, is grown up yet. So there's only 2 or 3 stems at this point, I think. Like that one, and that one. Producing stuff. For what we have, it's good. This one is always number 1 on my list. Definitely, if you have villagers, a great way to make emeralds as well. So the second farm I like to put in my world is a sugarcane farm. An automatic one, that is. For the simple reason that, well, paper is a valuable resource. It's used in books, which you can use to trade, you can use to enchant, but it's further down the line a lot more valuable because it makes rocket. So I find that most of these sugarcane farms are pretty slow in that they need time to grow and stuff. So I like to build them as soon as possible so we can stock up on it. For the same reason, I like building farm number 3 early in the game. So the third farm is a creeper farm. So to complete the story of the sugarcane farm, I build creeper farms really early into the game. Because, well, it's a very slow farm, definitely if it's not like 100%. So by building them rather early, you kind of build up a stash before you actually need it, which is very handy. This one is Shulkercrafts design, which I'm gonna put in the description below. And yeah, it's 1 layer at the moment. We'll probably be upping that amount to 4, 5, 6 layers, but I'll probably do that on the stream or something like that. Now, up to the 4th farm. So the 4th farm is not really a farm at all. It's a super smelter. I took this thing, I think it's inspired by a Mumbo design. It's not, I've been using this for like ages. It's basically locking hoppers until all the items get evenly distributed. So it's always smelting 8 items at a time, if it works. So yeah, it's been smelting stuff. And yeah, this is number 4. For number 5, I opted for a bamboo farm, because we do have an update coming where bamboo is gonna get a lot more used by me as a building block, because I do like the bamboo textures that we're getting. So this is kind of preemptive. Also, I do like myself some scaffolding, so that's useful as well. And I do like bamboo for decorating. So it's basically the same design as the sugarcane farm, but just with bamboo. Those are the 5 farms built. Now all we have to do today is basically hook them up to a storage system in the houses that we selected for them. And maybe even install some overload protection. So I've been doing some trading with villagers during the building of the farms, and we got up 2 books, which is quite handy, because now I can enchant my helmet with this one. And I seem to have run out of levels, so let's gather some more. So now that I'm actually shiny, I'm gonna go and terraform the outside of our base right here. I want to have a bridge up to the portal. I'm not gonna put it in the castle like I said in the first episode, but I kind of want to have a way over this water so I don't have to go around every time. And my idea for that was, what if we build 2 giant wooden gates right here and have a small little fishing harbor on the side. For now, I'm just gonna build the gates. The fishing village will have to wait. So a few things have happened since I last saw you. You might see it already. I have started planning out. So first of all, I cut down the river quite a bit in the middle. Not so much on the sides, but mostly the middle part. I didn't really want to go down here, but I think this is fine for boats to go over. And then I started planning out the gate and the gatehouses. I'm gonna incorporate the portal into the gatehouse, and that's gonna be a lighthouse, or I'm planning for it to be a lighthouse. For this build, I tried to go in the same style that the entire village has gone through. So a lot of wood, a lot of stone, cobblestone, and so on and so on. I did try and add some more fortifications to it, so I went with a stone wall instead of a wooden wall. But most of the accents, like the gate, the tower, the head pieces on the towers, are still wood. Because I feel, I mean, it's a starter base, it's a starter town. We shouldn't really, I don't know, I don't want to use a lot of stuff that takes a lot of time or a big farm to gather up. But yeah, this has turned out really well. I like the gate a lot. I also like the little tower with the big one on the other side. It kind of balances us out on, you've got the big towers over there, and then you have a tall tower over here. And then in the future, there's going to be houses all over here. Or at least some houses with some farmland and stuff. If you like this video, hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button because that helps out the channel a lot. And since this has become quite the town so far, we're gonna need a name for it. So if you have any suggestions, please drop them down in the comments below, and then I'll take a look at what you guys come up with. But for now, I think I'll end the video right here with this beautiful backdrop, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!